Have you ever wondered, do you have a calling of homemaking on you? Do you struggle with what does it mean to be a homemaker? How do I be a homemaker? And I don't really look like a traditional homemaker. Is that even a thing for me? Well, if you have, in today's video, I'm going to share with you my own struggle and journey with homemaking, what it looks like, what the truth about it is, and if you feel so led to, how you can walk in it today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Cassie. I am a mom of 7. I am a homemaker, a homeschooler, and I have been married to my husband for the last 15 years. All of this has been a struggle as a first-generation Christian, meaning I am the first person in my family to be saved and walk with Christ. And that is not easy, and I've had to figure a lot of it out by the grace of God. I have figured it out, but one of the things that I have struggled with the absolute most in all of this has been my journey in homemaking, because I didn't look like a traditional homemaker. When you think of homemaking and you see me, you see where I came from, you see my personality type, you see how I run my house, you see all of these things, you don't think, oh, she's a homemaker. And I know that I'm not the only one. I've had this conversation with a lot of people, and I think that there just needs to be more information out there and more examples of it. And so that's why I'm here. I'm here to share my experience and my journey and my struggle with it, so that if you are also feeling this way, or if you can relate, you know that you're not the only one out there. Sometimes we just need to know that we're not the only one. If you can relate with any of my story, make sure to subscribe down below and let me know in the comments. Are you a first-generation Christian? Are you new to Christianity? Are you new to homemaking? What is something you struggle over, so that I can be praying over you? Okay, let's talk homemaking, because I think there is a huge misconception over homemaking and what it looks like. And I used to say, and I know a lot of people struggle with this, that I'm just a stay-at-home mom. And that's just not true. You're not just staying at home. There's a lot you're doing. And I think that is the enemy just trying to manipulate and misconstrue what being a stay-at-home mom really is. I don't think that stay-at-home moms really understand that they are homemakers. What a homemaker is somebody who manages a home. Like, if you have a home you're responsible for, it doesn't matter if it is a house, an apartment, a trailer, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. If you are responsible for a home, you manage that home, then honey, you are a homemaker. Like, that's just what it is. And rarely do stay-at-home moms actually stay at home. And I get the concept of it, but I think that homemaker just actually covers it so much better and really gives you an understanding of what you're doing. You're creating a home. You're managing, you're creating, you are a homemaker. That's what you are. So this idea of can I, am I, what does it look like? It looks like you. If you are managing your home, if you have a home you are responsible for, then you are a homemaker. And what that looks like is going to be different from each home and each person, because God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. He has equipped you and given you what you need to be a homemaker of your home. We don't want to sit here and look at other homemakers and other homes and how they're managed and be like, oh, well, I'm not that, so therefore I'm not a homemaker. Or I don't run my home like that, so that must mean like I'm not a homemaker. That's not true. You might do it differently. You might have different convictions and things that are important to you, and you might have a different style of things, but you're still a homemaker. I am not the traditional homemaker in the sense that I am slow paced and I'm making everything from scratch, and I'm wearing dresses and aprons and all of those things. And that doesn't mean that I don't see the value or the beauty or the goodness in any of that. And I love it and I appreciate it. And I watch those videos. Like, I am inspired. I love watching those. That's just not who I am, at least in this season. Because one thing I know to be true, God will take you and He will transform you. And you're going to continue to change, because you're not your old self anymore. You are a new creation in Christ, and you will continue to grow. The way you speak will change. The way you behave will change. The things that you care about will change. Your priorities will change. Everything about you pre-Jesus is going to change post-Jesus. Okay, so now that we've gotten the truth about homemaking, what it looks like and what it really is, and how to battle the worries, doubts, fears, all of those things as far as being called to be a homemaker, let's go ahead and get into some practical tips and how you can start being a homemaker today. I am so sorry. I don't know. I was editing my video. I was going through and I cannot find the part of the video where I was talking about the practical tips of like homemaking and the different things that I do. I don't know if I got interrupted by a kid. I don't know if if I deleted it by accident. I don't know. So I just need you to bear with me in my editing attire. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I was editing before I had to upload tomorrow. And so this is where we're at. So practical tips for homemaking. One of the things, and the first thing I'm going to suggest to new homemakers or just women who are looking to have some guidance in their home and managing their home and creating structure, routine, rhythms, that kind of stuff, is to have some kind of a cleaning schedule, a meal plan, a laundry schedule, a guide. Basically what you're doing is you're creating some kind of structure around your day and your week so that you know what you're supposed to be doing or what you need to be doing, wanting to be doing, so that you can keep track of that and put your focus and attention to the things that you planned on doing and not getting caught up and distracted by all of the other things. Because I think we know as women and as moms or people who are caring for our homes, things can pop up, fires happen, whatever, and we get distracted. We'll walk into a room, forget that we were doing laundry, and start doing the dishes. So that's what I really suggest, is creating those systems. If you're looking for templates or kind of like a guide into doing that, I did go ahead and create like a Christian Homemakers starter kit, and it will have templates for your weekly meal plan, how to create that meal plan, a reset, how to do resets, what that looks like, those kind of things. And it's going to be a free download. I'll link it down in the description of this video. It's free, it's downloadable. I just know that when I was first starting out as a homemaker and like in my homemaking journey, I really needed to just like have ideas and see what examples were and try different things out until I figured out what was for me. Some other ideas and tips that I have for you as far as a homemaker is concerned: you're wanting to create a space that is comfortable and it has peace and joy and all of those things. And so putting those things into place, like, do you like candles? Do you like a diffuser? Do you like cozy blankets? Do you like reading books? Do you like plants? These don't have to be things that are practical or have like necessarily a use. These are things that are going to be enjoyable to you, that bring you joy, that bring you pleasure, that are just beautiful to look at. I love books, and so I use them throughout my house as decoration. They are practical because I read them, or I will be reading them, but it also works as decoration. So if you like candles, diffusers, plants, books, different things like that, use it throughout the house so you're creating an environment that you enjoy and you want to be in and spend time in. And that way you'll actually want to make the space beautiful because it's things that you enjoy, and not just like what everybody else is doing. I highly suggest leaning into your style, your aesthetic, your vibe, what you find pleasure and joy in, not just what is popular and what everybody else is doing. I know that a lot of people don't think being a homemaker or stay-at-home mom or whatever title it is that you want to put on it is a real job, but it is a job and you need to structure it like that. I like to prep ahead of time, like the night before, for my day, so that way I know what is going to be going on. What am I cleaning? Whose laundry am I doing? What meals am I making? Are there any appointments? Are there any calls I need to make? Are there bills that need to get paid? Whatever it is, like, I will go over that in my planner the night before. I will pick out my clothes down to the shoes. It just helps me be more productive and take the job more seriously, and I don't sit down and like laze around, so to speak. And I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I can get distracted and I will sit down and the next thing I know I'm scrolling and I don't know what I was doing. So prepping the night before is really helpful, especially like my coffee. I love to prep my coffee the night before, so that way when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is get my coffee and I go and sit and do my Bible time, and there's no excuse, there's nothing standing in my way. And I also get up before my kids. I get up about 30 minutes to an hour before my children. It kind of varies because they'll wake up at different times and I can't like narrow it down exactly, but I at least have 30 minutes every morning by myself in the quiet that I can read the word and drink my coffee in peace. And who doesn't want to do that? The other suggestion I have is reading books. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, with, you know, today's technology and everything like that, like, do we really need to read books? And I'm telling you, my life has changed drastically over the last 10 years, not just because of God, but also because I have read books. It has been super powerful, super helpful, especially because, like I said, I'm a first generation Christian. I didn't know anything about Christian, like, characteristics, Christian living. I didn't know what a homemaker was or what that looked like. I didn't know how to have a healthy marriage and what that looked like, or being a mom. And so I highly suggest reading books because this can really help you. This is the cheapest way that you will get access to the expertise, the experience, the wisdom that these people all have an R, and it's like a mentorship or coaching in book form that you get for like such a good price. So if you're looking for suggestions as far as like motherhood, homemaking, productivity, habits, Christian living as a woman, different, I think those are the majority of them. I might have some other ones, but in my Amazon storefront, which I will also link down here in the description just to make it a lot easier, I have curated lists of books that I love. I literally just did some videos on them. That's why these books are sitting here, making sure that I go through my shelf to see all of the books that I really love so that I can put them in the list for you, so that way it'll be super easy to find and you don't have to like search them. It's just all right there. And again, like I said, I'll link that down in the description below. No two homemakers look the same. There is no like uniform of a homemaker, and you just have to lean into it and do what you can with what you have and go with what you feel called to do. Don't feel like you need to fit a mold or that you have to be something that you're just not, because that's not reality and that's not how it works. God's people come in all kinds of different colors, shapes, sizes, backgrounds, tattoos, non-tattoos, like we're all different in all kinds of different ways, and no two homemakers, no two moms, no two anybody's need to look the same. God has called you and equipped you specifically for your children, your home, your purpose, and nobody else can do it the way you can do it. So know that. I hope you found value in this video, whether or not it was supposed to be, and that you are encouraged and inspired, and that you just know that you are equipped and you have everything that you need. And I love you. I appreciate you watching. If you made it all the way to the end, you are fantastic. If you haven't engaged with this video, I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm giving you all the wisdom, all the experience, all the helpful encouragement and inspiration that I can give you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.